Good evening, Bahamas. On the broadcast tonight, the Progressive Liberal Party officially begins its 53rd National Convention. Plus, the Attorney General speaks on the Interception of Communications Bill, and the Long Island Member of Parliament not satisfied with the response to that diesel spill in his constituency.
Our news is brought to you by Alive, the nation's newest and best LTE network.
Good to be alive.
Welcome to our news, the weekend edition, and thanks for joining us. I'm Andrew Knowles. The battle for leadership of the Progressive Liberal Party is officially underway as the party marked the beginning of its 53rd National General Convention this morning. It's a hotly contested race between interim party leader Philip Davis and Glenys Hanna Martin, the first woman to vie for the position. And after serving as the deputy leader for the last 5 years, Davis feels that his run for leadership is an easy win.
I'm very confident. I'm confident.
The May 10th elections would give the PLP the worst election defeat in its 64-year history. It also ended a 20-year run as leader for then Prime Minister Perry Christie. Philip Davis stepped in as interim leader. He is now looking to cement his place for the party leadership. Should he be successful, it would make him only the third person to hold that position in the party's history. And while he's confident that he will win, Davis says the real challenge is proving that the party got the message.
I think we need to be able to demonstrate to the Bahamian people that we are reworking our vision to reflect more what the Bahamian people would like to see. We have to rework our image, and I think we need to ensure that we find the right vehicles that our message is delivered to the Bahamian people. So when you look at that, there's vision, image, message, vim. And from that vim, we hope the vitality of our party will be infused and resurged.
Restoring trust won't be an easy task either. He hopes that following this convention, voters will realize that the PLP is a new party with a restored image.
I think the one thing that has come home to me over the last several months talking across the length and breadth of this country is that we lost the will to be all-time PLPs, all the time PLPs, and the question of us having a continual connection with our people, continual dialogue, continual addressing of issues that impact the ordinary Bahamians. We need to reconnect and to ensure that those things are done on a sustained level and not just periodically.
But standing in Davis's way is his parliamentary colleague Glenys Hanna Martin, who is mounting a viable campaign for the post. She has the experience of a 4-time elected MP, a cabinet minister, and chairman.
We believe very strongly that, having regard to the results of the last elections and the message Bahamian people sent to us, that we have to show that we understand the meaning of the Bahamian voice in that election, and that we are prepared as an organization to reposition the party in a way that makes us a highly viable alternative as we move closer to the next general elections.
If successful, Hanna Martin would be the first female party leader. High on her agenda would be a review of the party's constitution and bylaws.
One of my concerns has been how money is used in campaigns, internal campaigns. We have national laws which govern it. We don't have anything internally, so we need to ensure that happens. We have to find ways for our delegates nationwide to participate in an important result like this, which is a new leader of its party, the 4th leader in the history of this organization. And the way our rules are now, if you're not able to come up at high cost and stay in a hotel at high cost, that you will not participate because you're just not going to be able to.
Nevertheless, the daughter of former Governor General and Deputy Prime Minister A.D. Hanna is confident that on Wednesday, the delegates will make the right decision.
I'm trusting that the delegates of this party who've just come out of a general election, who are political personalities, that they will make the appropriate assessments nationally, and that when they come to this convention, that they will make judgments that are based on sound reasonings. And if they do that, then none of us can complain. None of the candidates can complain.
Meantime, while there are only 2 contenders so far for the PLP's leadership, the field in the chairmanship race is quite stacked and expected to be tightly contested. And while neither Davis or Hannah Martin are endorsing any of the chairmanship candidates, former party candidate Alex Storr is throwing his support behind Philip Davis. Despite rumors that he changed from running for chairman to deputy chairman, Storr confirmed that he is still running for the chairmanship post.
The main thing we have to do is to start the restructuring and modernization of the party. Our internal party branches need to be propped up. I always say that the branches are the lifeblood of any political organization. That's where you do your main recruitment, that's where all your members are. And so we want to go into each constituency, make sure that there's a vibrant branch and give them the support they need. We also, at our headquarters, we need to start modernizing and bringing in new technology to help us going forward to spread our message.
So far, Tourism Minister Obi Wolshcombe, former State Minister for Legal Affairs Damian Gomez, former Long Island candidate Glendon Roll, and party stalwart member Keith Albury are among the others in the running. It is rumored that former Foreign Affairs Minister and Senator Fred Mitchell will also throw his hat into the race. Well, as Transport and Local Government Minister Frankie Campbell is possibly facing a new citizenship challenge, PLP interim leader Philip Davis says he hasn't paid much attention to the matter as his focus is currently on his party's convention. However, he revealed that he did write to the Prime Minister on the matter before.
Some time ago, because of some of the issues rose, I did write to the Prime Minister to ask him to pay attention to the matter, and it was responded to by Frankie Campbell himself in Parliament, but I still await. I don't know whether the Prime Minister will respond to me or not, but I did raise it with him in writing.
And while Davis says he does trust Campbell's word, he does still need to verify his answer. In other news this evening, if passed, the Interception of Communication Bill could mean certain limitations for the Commissioner of Police. Well, Attorney General Carl Bethel is on the defense again over the government's bill. In an interview with our Kyle Joaquin, Bethel insists that the bill does not infringe on the privacy rights of Bahamians and explains how other legislation may have to be changed to ensure it doesn't.
The passage of the Interception of Communication Bill could bring major changes for everyone in the country, even the Commissioner of Police.
It is the intention to limit the ability of the Commissioner of Police to a one-time, only 14-day period with the consent of the Attorney General, and to remove entirely the existing provision of the existing law, which allows the Minister of National Security simply to issue an interception warrant. That will be removed from Bahamian law upon the passage of the Interception of Communications Bill.
The government has been catching quite a lot of heat over the new bill, with human rights activists like Fred Smith, QC, calling on civil society groups to reject the bill. He called it a frightening spy bill and that it wouldn't infringe on people's privacy. But Attorney General Carl Bethel thinks otherwise.
All in all, the new bill that is proposed actually will strengthen public rights and also private rights, because there will be a clear definition and delineation of the boundaries between the right of privacy and the right in exceptional and serious matters for the state to intrude on privacy.
When it comes to people's privacy, he said there are limits and that law enforcement won't be able to abuse their power.
There are limits to the ability of law enforcement to seek and obtain any kind of interception warrant by any means. They are limited to those specific offenses and do not apply to a host of activities that persons ordinarily feel is in the realm of their privacy rights. There's no possibility. Of course, if you're engaged in abusing your privacy rights to smuggle drugs or assist in terrorism financing, then there have to be some limits to people's rights.
Bethel said the bill isn't a spy bill, as some have decided to call it. He said it's an effort to avoid serious crimes from occurring in the country, unlike the bill presented by the last Christie administration, which he said spoke to any crime.
This bill is limited to the most serious crimes: terrorism, corruption, trafficking in persons, nuclear proliferation, and other serious like offenses, murder, etc., drug trafficking.
Debate continues on the bill this week in Parliament. For our news, I'm Kyle Joaquin.
All right, thanks, Kyle. We'll take a break here, but still ahead tonight. Hear what the Long Island MP has to say on that diesel spill in his constituency. That story and more when our news returns.